So I woke up at some point within the past month. Apparently some weird video was posted to this channel a while ago. I asked the archive about this, and they didn't know either. Apparently in your time it's a big hit though. 98 views, that's like 20 times the amount of people who care about me. It's just not enough though. You've seen the channel description. This is the second best web show on the internet. So how about I become the first? So I picked up iCarly for the Wii. This game's kind of quintessential shovelware in my head. I have this very vague memory of seeing it as one of the few Wii games on the Target shelf while the Wii U was in full swing. I was always a little curious about it. I'd see it around, but I never really looked further. A little while ago, it was at a thrift store for $2 though, and I just couldn't resist. If you didn't know, iCarly is a web show. It was hosted by Carly, Sam, and Freddie. It was pretty successful. It even spawned a sitcom on Nickelodeon. I always thought the show was a little worse though. You know, it never really captured the hilarity of the web show. The TV show was way more successful though. It spawned spin-offs, merchandise, and most importantly, games. 2 on the Wii, 3 on the DS, and as far as I can tell, 2 PC games, but they just keep appearing every time I look. My point is that iCarly is the most popular web show of your time. If I want to claim the #1 spot, I need to know the greats. So welcome, I'm Lex of This Name Sucks, and today I'm reviewing iCarly for the Nintendo Wii.
Welcome to iCarly, the show that makes the internet worth watching.
I will win against you. My name is Klongs. So this game starts off with a cutscene. There's several of these, and they're basically just iCarly audio dramas. They're very clearly in the same room together, but the visuals are that of an IM conversation. I assume they're just texting each other in the same room. That's some shit a Nick sitcom would pull. I'll allow it. There's a spinning 3D model of the iCarly set behind it. You can change it to other locations, but I didn't realize until after I beat the game. Spencer welded himself into a sculpture somehow. Don't ask, it's not important. So in this game, iCarly's kind of an equals 3 type show where they feature videos. It's said many times that they show their own videos for this as well, but they also showcase other people's videos. Before the first webisode, they're discussing if they want to show a video with a surfer dude or a guy with false teeth. I remember sometimes on the TV show they'd feature videos like this, but in the game they treat it like it's the main thing they do. They'd usually do these live, that was the whole point. I guess they're just doing reaction videos now. I don't know why this stuck out so much to me, honestly. It's not that crazy. Cutscenes were definitely written by someone who didn't care much about the show and just wrote based on vague descriptions. The problem is that they're the highlight of this game, and the gameplay itself? Honestly kind of boring. It's basically just a minigame compilation that's disguised as WarioWare. That's the best way I can describe it. All the minigames hang for way too long. If you fail, it just keeps going. For each minigame, you earn stars based on how well you do. You can pretty much only lose if you don't do anything. iCarly also repeats the same 10 or so minigames. The back of the box says there's 80. If you're marathoning this game, it gets repetitive real quick. Marathons in quotes though, because this game is about an hour long. For the ones that don't repeat, they're still pretty similar. Click on things, bounce objects, shake the Wii remote or press a button, catch objects, which is controlled the same way as using the net, but you're stuck in one place. So if the gameplay's boring, why am I talking about this game? After the first webisode, Spencer asks where his video is. Freddy says it wasn't uploaded and that he should upload it next week, but Spencer says the time has passed. This is a subtle reference to the Wii U video, which was so bad I've chosen to make it lost media on purpose. After that, you earn a little bit of web cred, based on how many stars you got. With this web cred, you can buy stuff for the iCarly set, the one that spins around as the cutscenes play. You're forced to spend web cred to get to the next webisode. I bought a gnome. I forgot this part of the game existed until after I beat it. Make sure to like this video so I can buy more shovelware to make videos about. That's not true. I don't get web cred. They don't pay me. Before the second webisode, all the videos start deleting themselves, so they say they have to do the show live. You know, like how iCarly is.
Not sure why I need so many Neville dolls.
Yep. Who would have any sort of custom things made? You know, I would never buy anything like that. So episode 2 has a few more minigames. Those get repeated from here on out. While you're playing this webisode though, something strange happens.
I am going to crush iCarly like a bug. Bugs poop on flowers, you know. Ugh, disgusting.
Yeah, this game's about Neville, one of the most famous recurring characters from the TV show. So I imagine someone working on this game had some idea of what the show was about. I want to mention at this point that a lot of the minigames make really annoying noises on the Wiimote. It'd be fine if it was like twice a level, but it happens like every 3 segments. After the level ends, they find out Neville is behind the videos deleting themselves, obviously. Somehow Neville interrupting the web show didn't tell them this, but I'm the second best web show, so maybe I should just shut my mouth. Webisode 3 starts out with the website apparently being broken. Neville made a virus that destroyed it, but they can still live stream for some reason. Spencer made a conlang that they're going to teach on iCarly. I only mention this because it doesn't appear. I thought the webisodes were going to be the ones that appear on the web show, but instead you get tortoise races and shaking the Wiimote. Here's the thing, I think they had big plans for this game. The actors are honestly giving a pretty good performance for being a game I've mostly seen as a punchline. My guess is they wanted to do something like WarioWare, but they were given less than a year to make the game. And that might actually be the case. Wikipedia says Activision announced their partnership with Nickelodeon around May 2009, and the game released in October 2009. I know they could have been developing it before the announcement, but there's 10 minigames, and a lot of them are just flick the Wiimote, so it seems pretty likely.
I wish I was playing.
No, Spencer, I really don't think you do. In Webisode 4, everything is going fine. Then it isn't. Holy fuck, remember Skyburger? They stole from this game. Neville fainted, apparently. I'm gonna speed through these from here on out because I realize I've said most I can about this game. Webisode 5, Freddy starts up a fireball.
He calls the mole Little Looper, you know. He calls the mole Little Looper, you know. He calls the mole Little Looper, you know.
Good to know. The web show didn't go out because of Neville's virus. Webisode 6 they do outside Neville's house. Hold on. The archivers prepared a joke for this. Sissa Sniper Wolf? Does anyone understand what that means? So it doesn't change the minigames, they mostly take place in Carly's apartment. The microphone catches on fire because it's Spencer. In Webisode 7, Freddy has destroyed most of the virus, but there's still a little bit left. But there's a password. Neville uses it to make fake versions of Carly and Sam that talk about how bad iCarly is. Robots appear in some of the minigames now. I forgot I was talking about a video game for a second. They left them in the bouncing minigame on the first level though. Those bastards. The password was password, by the way. Seems like what an idiot would have on his luggage. In Webisode 8, they figure out they can edit the virus, make a fake version of Neville saying how great iCarly is. This is the same technology that makes me appear human to all of you. They put fake Neville on his computer and he's gone forever. There's also an email section where you can read emails from the characters. Some of them are interesting. Spencer got admitted into a group called Taco. Then he gets promoted because of his spaghetti taco recipe. That's kind of it. There's 2 bonus modes though, I Break Records and I Like Quick Play. I Break Records is an endless mode. You can set the amount of stars you need to continue playing. I selected 1 star, which was a terrible decision because this game is so easy it's impossible to not get at least 1 star. I had to purposefully lose. I didn't bother with Quick Play. There's 80 minigames and 10 unique ones. You get to pick 7 to play. Which is your favorite variation of the fishing minigame? So the lesson I've learned to succeed, I don't know, don't get hacked, do the same shit over and over again to succeed. Well, that second one's probably right, but I'm gonna choose to ignore that. Honestly, I wish I played iCarly 2, I Joined the Clique. That one seems kinda interesting. It's like an adventure game with some minigames that are clones of Peggle. It looks interesting. This game though, nah, you can skip it. There's really no point to check it out unless you're a huge iCarly fan, in which maybe just watch the cutscenes on YouTube. Or if you're caught up to me, you can just watch it in your head. I already have it downloaded up here. Okay, while researching this game, I stumbled across the Common Sense Media page for this game. It's mostly just people trying to review the show itself. Also such bangers as, this game is poop and I curb stomped that little behemoth of a video game and sucked out its motherboard through its ventilation shaft. I found something bizarre in the reviews though. The October 4th school flood incident, iCarly game definitive lore part 2. This is their only review, by the way. I considered reading it in this video, but it's pretty long. I'll chuck a reading of it on the second channel. That name sucked. It was the best name I could come up with, and it still sucks. Later, see you next time. Maybe I'll talk about Chicken Shoot or something.